Hello and welcome to Radio 1's movie review show, Out This Week, hosted by yours truly, Ali Plum. I've got 3 movies for you this week. Hellen Mirren's drone warfare thriller, Eye in the Sky, Kevin Costner's punch 'em up, Criminal, and finally the live-action remake of Disney's 1967 animated classic, The Jungle Book, called, The Jungle Book. So, Eye in the Sky. With such an impressive cast list, including the Queen herself, Hellen Mirren, Breaking Bad's very own Jesse, Aaron Paul, and the late, great Severus Snape, Alan Rickman, you'd expect Eye in the Sky to be very good indeed. And it is very good indeed.
I'll give her time to walk through.
Ma'am?
You are cleared to engage, Lieutenant.
Without giving too much away, it's all about terrorists in Somalia and how American, UK and Kenyan military men, and governing powers I should say, deal with an impending attack using drones and spy equipment. And yes, it does sound dull on paper, but it is not. This is grown-up, clever, makes you think stuff that will have you on the edge of your seat and other nail-biting cliches.
Lieutenant, we have this one opportunity. Let's not lose it.
Ma'am, she's selling bread.
Jesus.
It's tense, it's good, I liked it. So I'm giving Eye in the Sky 4 stars, and I highly recommend it to anyone who likes morally wriggly military thrillers such as, say, the Jack Ryan series. Now it's time for something totally different, Criminal.
They stuck Billy in my head. I got a scar, see?
The bonkers premise goes like this. Costner's deranged lifelong criminal has the memories of a recently expired super spy, Ryan Reynolds, inserted into his brain to extract important information, and things are totally fine. No, wait, the opposite of that. Cue the one-time Dancers of Wolves essentially going mad as he wrestles with 2 minds in his noggin, walking into South London chicken shops, no really, and beating people up with their own lunchboxes.
Well, that's one of the great fight scenes, I think, in movies. And it's very short and it has a level of believability and creative violence. And then you see him just going to have a sandwich and he doesn't really even know what he's doing. And he takes somebody else's sandwich and he just ends up in this really great fight. And then the music plays. So
when Costner says the music plays there, that's one extra. I'm not kidding. In this film, Kevin Costner's character steals a van and starts listening to one extra. Surreal. Also in this film are such other A-listers as Gary Oldman, Tommy Lee Jones, and Wonder Woman herself, Gal Gadot. But unlike Eye in the Sky, amazing names do not translate into an amazing movie. Sad to say, but Criminal is a brain-switching, high-concept action flick a la Face Off, say, undone by its inappropriate actorly tone, taking itself far, 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 far too seriously. So while it's a decent effort, Criminal isn't quite worthy of a pass, getting just 2 stars from me. And finally, it's The Jungle Book, the latest in Disney's ongoing mission to breathe new life into its old classics, with Jon Favreau making an entire jungle out of special effects.
Are you alone out here? What are you doing so deep in the jungle?
In the process, casting the likes of Bill Murray as Baloo, Idris Elba as Shere Khan, Scarlett Johansson as Kaa, Christopher Walken as King Louie, and Sir Ben Kingsley as Bagheera.
With all the characters that are on the screen together, we worked separately. Well, I was never in the same room with Bill Murray, although it appears through the edit that we have this wonderful relationship, then we had lunch together, then we went back to the studio. Afraid not, sorry.
All these heavy hitters are nothing without our new Mowgli, played by the absurdly talented total newcomer Neil Sethi.
Okay, Ami, it won't go far.
And together they defied a "don't remake a classic" haters to make a touching and utterly beautiful family-friendly picture that won't offend fans of the original and maybe might even please them. I wasn't expecting to like The Jungle Book as much as I did, and while you could argue it's slightly pointless, there's no denying its technical accomplishments and emotionally affecting delivery. As for a star rating, well, it is close to a 5 stars, but it is just so similar to the original, so I've got to give it 4 for not quite doing enough differently. Another 3-film week for you next week with Idris Elba and Richard Madden thriller Bastille Day, the biopic of jazz legend Miles Davis, Miles Ahead, and finally, Natalie Portman and Ewan McGregor western Jane Got a Gun. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.